Hi everyone, welcome to the next session on linear arrangement, and today we're looking at a unique type of question on linear arrangement where we are arranging people in a row, but here what will happen is people will be facing different directions. So you'll have some people facing a particular direction and you have some people facing the opposite direction, which is where the entire perspective of linear arrangement, the concept of left and right in linear arrangement will entirely change. So these kind of sets become a little tricky as far as DILR is concerned. So I thought of having this set as part of the linear arrangement module. This session is brought to you by me, Nilanjan Datta, a CAT, as well as a DILR 100 Percentiler and one of the topmost educators on Unacademy and Unacademy Plus for the CAT and the MBA exams segment. So let us look at today's set, which is a linear arrangement where people are facing different directions. So here you have 8 friends A to H who are standing in a row. Some of them are facing northwards while some of them are facing southwards. So basically this group of 8 people can be divided into 2 groups, those facing northwards, those facing southwards. Fortunately, they've given you the breakup. It says an equal number of people are facing northwards and southwards in the group, which means out of the 8 people, 4 people are facing the northward direction, 4 people are facing the opposite, that is the southward direction. So automatically, depending on which direction they are facing on, the concept of left and right will change. So you have to keep that in mind when you're trying to use the clues regarding left and right sequence. Now, as I've always said, whenever you encounter any DILR set, the first 1 minute should be spent in going through the questions and options so that you know what exactly to focus on. So this question is saying, in which directions are Halley and Galley facing respectively? The second question is saying how many of them are standing to the left of Halley. The third one is saying Galley is to the which position with respect to Yali. And the fourth and final question is saying how many of them are standing in between Cali and Dali. So these are the 4 questions in the set. हमेशा at any point of time अगर तुम set solve कर रहे हो, ध्यान में रखना these are the questions which you need to mark the answers to. So that at any point of time if you're getting stuck in the set, at least you can mark the few answers whose answers you've already identified. So now let us look at how we can go about this kind of an arrangement. So what do? There are 8 people. So we put 8 blanks as follows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 blanks that are there in sequence. Obviously, the most important thing is at least fixing some people's positions in place. Now, what are the clues you have on exact positions? It says Galley is standing at one of the ends. So at one of the ends, you have Galley, but we do not know which end is Galley at. However, related to Galley, you have a couple of more clues. What are they? It says number of people standing to the right of Galley is equal to the number of people standing to the right of Dali. Which means if Galley is at one end, Dali must be at the other end, such that both of them have the same number of people to the right. So both of them must be at the ends because Galley is already mentioned is at one of the ends. Also, interestingly, it says Galley has Yali to his immediate left. Which means what? There are 2 possibilities. Either Galley is at this position and Galley is facing this direction, in which case what will happen is Yali will be to his immediate left, that is Yali is here. The alternate possibility that exists is Galley is in the rightmost position. In which case, what will happen is Galley would be here, but in this case, Galley would be facing the northward direction. So there are two possibilities of arranging this set. What are those two possibilities? Either you put Galley at this end and you make Galley to the immediate left where Galley is facing northwards, or you make Galley face at this left end and you make him face southwards, in which case the left hand side would involve Galley to his immediate left. Both these arrangements are correct. In either case, what is the count to the right of Galley? So Galley is to the left, the count to the right of Galley is 0. Same thing here, if Galley is facing southwards, to his right, the count is 0. Which means Galley also must be having 0 number of people to the right. So if you have 0 number of people to the right, you have to be at the other end. Also what is mentioned is Galley is facing northwards. So what are the possibilities? In the first case, we have Galley here facing northwards. In the second case, we have Galley here facing northwards. However, this arrangement is incorrect. Why? Because if Galley is facing northwards and if Galley is in this position, then Galley ends up having 6-7 people to his right. Whereas the number of people to the right of Galley should be 0 because the number of people to the right of Galley is 0. So one thing is for sure, this arrangement will not work. So the only possible arrangement that will work is if Galley is at this end, in which case Galley is facing south and Galley is facing north. Then what happens is Galley ends up having 0 people to the right. Galley also ends up having 0 people to the right. So what has happened is we've not only fixed Galley, Galley and Galley, but we've also identified that Galley is facing northwards while Galley is facing southwards. So it's very important to plug in these two people who are at the extreme ends. Remember, whenever you get a clue like the number of people to the right or left is equal to the number to the right or left, it means they are at equidistant from the ends. That means if Galley is at the end, Galley must be at the other end. Also, given that Galley is facing northwards, Galley will have to face in the opposite direction, that is southwards, because the number of people to the right of Galley is same as the right of Galley. So both the people to the right, the count is same, which means that can only happen if they are facing opposite direction. As you can see, if Galley is facing the south direction, to his right, he has 0 people. Galley is facing this direction, which means he again has 0 people to his right. Remember, the count to the right must be 0 because 2 Galleys left, you have Galley. So Galley has number of people to his left, but Galley has nobody to his right. It's already mentioned in the set that Galley does have people to his left. So that is how we plugged in Galley and Galley. Now what you need to do is move on to the other people in the set. What are the other clues that we have regarding any of the other people? Now, one of the things that is mentioned in the set is Fally and Cally are facing southwards. Also, what is mentioned is that Ally and Fally are both facing the same direction. Also, there are 3 people standing in between Ally and Fally. Now, where can Ally and Fally be? If both of them are standing in such a way that 3 people are in between, the only possibility is one of them here and the other person here. Why? Because then you have 1, 2, 3 people in between Ally and Fally. So you have to have one of Ally and Fally here and the other person here. So now the question is, out of Ally and Fally, who is at which of these 2 positions? Note, what is the direction where they are facing? Fally and Cali are facing southwards. As well as Ali and Fally are both facing the same direction. So because Fally is facing southwards, Ali is also facing southwards. Now, what is the clue? We already identified that one of these two positions is Ali, the other is Fally. But now there is another clue which says related to Ali. What is the thing? Ali is two places to the left of Ali. Now, if Ali is here, then the problem is that two places to the left, there are no more people. There's only Dali to the left and there is nobody else to the left. Which means at this position we cannot have Ali because then I'll not be able to place Ali two places to the left. So what do? I instead plug in Ali at the other point. So Ali cannot be here. So remove Ali from here. And what I do is here I put in Ali. Why? Because then only I can enable Ali to have two people to the left. So Fally is here and I've plugged in Ali here. Also what we know is Ali is two places to the left of Ali. So I count 1 and 2. Ali comes in to this position. So effectively what we've done is we've plugged in Gali, Yali, Ali, Hali, Fally and Dali. So the only two people remaining in the set are C and B. So that is Cali and Ballet are the only two people remaining in the set. What about directions? Out of the 8 people, equal number of people are facing northwards and southwards. So 4 people are facing north, 4 people are facing south. Who are those people facing south? One of them is Gali, one of them is Ali, one of them is Fally. These are 3 people facing south. Who is the 4th person facing south? As was mentioned, the direct clue in the set, both Fally and Cali are facing south, which means Cali is also facing south direction. So the 4 people facing south are Gali, Ali, Fally and Cali. I still do not know the position of Cali, but one thing is for certain, Gali, Ali, Fally and Cali are facing south. So the remaining people then must be facing the north direction. That is Bali, Dali, Yali and Hali, all 4 are facing north. So what do? Yali north, Hali north and Dali is already marked as north. The moment you identify the direction in which they face, it becomes easier to use this. What is the thing? Bali is to the immediate right of Hali. Now that we know Hali is facing northward, that is this direction, to the immediate right would mean Bali in this position. And Bali is also facing north. So Bali is here facing north. That leaves us with the remaining person, that is Cali facing south and in this remaining position. So what we've done is we've sorted each and every person in the set. We've identified the sequence, that is Gali, followed by Yali, followed by Ali, followed by Cali, followed by Hali, followed by Bali, followed by Fally and Dali. Also what you identified is Gali, Ali, Cali and Fally are the 4 people facing south, whereas Yali, Hali, Bali and Dali are the 4 people facing north. So what we've done is equal number of people facing north and south. Now that we've got this arrangement in place, let us move on to the questions. In which directions are Hali and Gali facing? So Hali is facing north. As you can see from the breakup, Hali is north, Gali is south. So Hali north, Gali south would mean the answer is option A, that is northwards and southwards respectively. The second question is saying how many of them are standing to the left of Ali. So where is Ali? Ali is here. Now, how many to your left? If Ali is here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people to the left of Ali. Which means the answer is option D. For those of you wondering how we could have used the question options in this set, remember there was this confusion about Ali and Fally here in these two positions. If you look at the options, it is evident that to the left of Ali, the number of people is greater than 1. If you look at all the options, her option is greater than 1, which automatically means Ali cannot be at this position, because if Ali is at this position, 2 is left, you'd have had only one person, that is Ali. So again, you could have used the question options to narrow down to the scenario where it had to be Ali here and it had to be Fally in this position. So हमेशा याद रखना, अगर the clues do not come from the set, make sure that you're using from the question options to your advantage. Similarly, the third question is saying Cali is to what position with respect to Yali. So it has to be either to the left or to the right. Now, even if you weren't able to identify Cali's position, we already knew that Yali is facing this direction and Yali is adjacent to Cali. Which means what? Irrespective of whether Cali is here or here, one thing is for certain, Cali is somewhere to the right of Yali. Why? Because Yali is facing in the northward direction. So again, what you could have done is, you could have marked the answer as option B, that is Cali is to the right of Yali. Remember, it's good to solve the set, but completely solving the set may not be required from marking the answers perspective. But marking the answers is more important. क्यों? कि उससे तुमको marks मिलता है. Remember, ultimately अगर marks लाना exam में, you have to mark the answers. Doesn't matter whether you've been able to solve the set completely or not. The final question in the set is saying how many of them are standing in between Cali and Dali. So where is Cali? Cali is here. Where is Dali? Dali is here. People in between are Hallie, Bali, and Fally. So effectively, you have 3 people in between Cali and Dali. So the answer to the last question in the set will be option C, that is 3. And that is how you could have solved the set. Always remember, when you are doing sets on different directions, be alert for which directions they are facing in. Also, utilizing the clues to your advantage would be very, very useful in a lot of these sets. For example, at the starting itself, you identified that Gali is facing southwards. So you could have at least eliminated 2 options in the set. Also from the breakup, it was given Fally, Cali and Ali are facing southwards, which meant the remaining 4, that is Bali, Dali, Yali, Hallie, irrespective of where they are facing northwards. So you could have again immediately marked the answer as option A, northwards and comma southwards, even if you weren't able to solve the full set. And this is actually very important. अगर पूरा सेट नहीं भी बन रहा है, at least marks लाना. And this is what is the secret of CAT top percentilers in the DILR section. So I hope everybody understood this set today on different directions. In the next session, we'll come up with a different variety of linear arrangements, which is going to be probably based on floors-based LR, the concept of top-to-bottom approach, where you'll be learning a new concept around how do you arrange people in a floors-based setup, where you need to arrange linearly upwards from the ground floor towards the top. More on such discussions are being happening as part of the Telegram group Percentiler Live. In case you have any queries, do make sure that all of you are sharing them in the Percentiler Live Telegram group. In case you want any further topics to be discussed or further kind of sets that are troubling you as far as the linear arrangement topic is concerned, do not hesitate to drop a note either in the comment section here or in the Telegram group. So we'll try and cover as many varieties as possible. A lot of you are asking for the full syllabus for DILR if you have a compilation. So what I've done is I've compiled links to all the entire syllabus of DILR, the DI crash course, LR crash course, the score booster workshop, the games and tournaments. This covers everything that you need to watch as far as the DILR section is concerned. You can either copy paste these links or they are available in the description section below. So anybody who goes to the description section below, you'll be finding the links are available in the description section. So you can use those links and definitely make sure that you're following up on each of these courses. You can use the access code that is given here. Similarly, we've done a compilation for the Quants as well, for all the sections in Quants. Make sure that none of you are missing out on these compilation of the entire full syllabus course. Regarding topics for new upcoming videos, as you know, a new video is coming up daily as part of this series. We are starting with the linear arrangement. We'll move on to new modules as far as DILR is concerned, and also we'll be having modules for Quants as well. So do suggest us in the comment section or in the Telegram channel which are the topics in which you want more such topic content to be shared. And do not forget to like, share and comment each of these videos. On that note, till we connect again, thank you everybody, happy learning, and do make sure you're staying in touch using the Percentiler Live Telegram